If you're someone who designs or manages commercial spaces, the pressure is always on, right? These spaces have to look amazing, they have to guide people, and they need to be able to change on a dime, all without causing a huge mess or shutting things down. So let's talk about a technology that's really changing the game, not just for decorating walls, but for how we even think about the buildings we work in.
But first, let's just get real for a second. For years, our walls have been, well, a total headache. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Whether it's vinyl or traditional wallpaper, you know the drill. You get that frantic call in August that the vinyl is bubbling from the humidity, you see the corners peeling in a high-traffic hallway, and don't even get me started on the disruption when it's time for a refresh. Why does it have to be this hard?
Yeah, these problems are way too familiar. We've all seen adhesives just give up because the temperature changes. And those seams, they're like magnets for dirt, and they always start to lift at the corners. The installation alone can shut down an entire area for days. Then, when you want to change it, you're scraping off gunk and creating a mountain of trash. It just feels like a constant cycle of compromise, from design headaches to waiting on shipments.
Okay, but what if you could just skip all of that? Seriously, what if you could get rid of the adhesives, the seams, and all that waste? Well, there is a new way, and it's a technology that doesn't just cover your walls. It actually becomes a part of them.
It's called direct-to-wall printing. The easiest way to think about it is like a giant, super precise printer that operates right there on site. This mobile rig travels along a rail system across your wall, and it doesn't care if it's drywall, concrete, or even brick. It applies these special UV curable inks, and here's the cool part, onboard LED lamps cure the ink instantly. The result isn't a sticker, it's a super durable, high-res graphic that's literally fused onto the wall. It becomes part of the architecture.
And the process on-site, it's incredibly efficient. A small crew comes in, preps the area, runs a quick color test right there on your wall to make sure everything's perfect, and then the machine gets to work. And since the graphic is cured the moment it's printed, once it's done, it's done. A quick quality check, and the space is ready to go. We are talking hours, not days. It's a game changer.
All right, so let's put these two technologies head to head. In this corner, we've got the old guard, traditional vinyl and wallpaper. And in this corner, the challenger, direct-to-wall printing. Let's really break down how they stack up.
First up, let's talk materials and those dreaded seams. The old way requires layers of stuff, films, papers, glues, and every single panel creates a seam, which is just a built-in weak spot waiting to fail. Direct-to-wall printing, it gets rid of all of that. There's no media, just ink. That means you get one single, continuous image with absolutely zero seams to ever worry about.
Now, let's look at installation. This is where the difference is just night and day. A traditional install is a whole production, right? You need staging areas, cutting tables. It completely takes over a space and means significant downtime. The digital workflow for wall printing, on the other hand, is super compact and clean. This means you can do a massive brand refresh in a building that's fully operational with almost no disruption.
And what happens when it's time for a change? This is a huge one. With vinyl, you're literally facing a demolition job. Scraping, cleaning, it's a mess. With a direct-to-wall graphic, you know what you do? You just paint over it. That's it, like any other wall. This doesn't just cut down on waste, it makes your refresh cycles so much faster and way more affordable.
Okay, so we've seen the matchup. Now let's really zero in on where this technology proves its worth, in those high-traffic, high-demand commercial spaces where, let's face it, performance is everything. These are the kinds of benefits that facility directors and brand managers absolutely love. The graphic feels like it belongs there, not like it's just stuck on. That UV-cured surface is tough and super easy to clean. For designers, you're totally free from thinking about panel widths and where seams will land. And for any brand with multiple locations, the color is perfectly calibrated. Your brand red in New York will be the exact same red in Los Angeles. It's a system built for quality at scale.
Let's look at a real-world example, like healthcare. Hospitals need crystal clear graphics for wayfinding, but they also have to be able to withstand constant, harsh cleaning. Because these prints are seamless, there are no edges or corners for germs to hide in. Plus, it really helps cut down on the visual clutter of having a million little signs everywhere.
Or think about the corporate world. It's all about being agile. Imagine being able to update a huge brand wall in your main lobby literally overnight to match a new campaign launch. That's what this technology makes possible. Your company's brand and culture can evolve in real time without having to shut down your most important spaces.
And for places that demand the absolute best visual quality, like museums, this is essential. It can reproduce photo-quality images right onto textured surfaces, like concrete or brick, making it look and feel like a modern fresco. And a big plus, there's no reflective glare like you get with vinyl, so the art itself is always the star of the show.
So, with all this in mind, the big question is, when is this the right call for your project? Let's walk through a quick decision-making guide so you can make that expert choice with total confidence.
Okay, this technology is absolutely your go-to solution if you need that seamless architectural look, if your timeline for installation is super tight and you can't afford any downtime, if you're working with standard surfaces like drywall, concrete block, or brick, and it's definitely your solution if you're managing a rollout across multiple locations and need that perfect brand consistency, or if you just love the idea of a simple, paint-over-ready finish for the future.
Now, let's be totally clear, it's not the perfect tool for every single job, and knowing when to use what is key. You'll want to stick with traditional options if you need a graphic that can be taken down and used again somewhere else, like for a trade show. Or if the wall itself is in really bad shape and needs major repair first. And, of course, if you need a specific thick, tactile, or even an acoustic texture, which a printed surface just can't provide.
You know, this quote really says it all. We're moving beyond the idea of graphics as something you just hang on a surface. The future is about integrating our stories, our brands, and vital information right into the building itself. So the question isn't just about what you're going to put on your walls, it's about what you're going to build into them. What story is your architecture going to tell?